So this is one of the countless massive cracks that have shown up in our lawn since the drought began, and this is pretty bad. I'm going to stick a T-post in it in a moment to show you how deep it goes. And this is under the walking path in the backyard. And there's one of these in the front that's huge. I mean, if you step in it, your foot will go down 4 feet. But stand by and I'll get a T-post and show you how massive this hole is. Alright, so for reference, I'm about 6'3", so I guess this is a 5-foot T-post. And that is how deep this crack is. The one in the front goes all the way to here. And this is a pretty major issue, I would think. So this one in the front has kind of been overgrown with grass. We filled it up with water, so it's not as deep as it was. It's a little over half of the T-post, so probably like between 2.5 and 3 feet. Still not good for sure. Here's another one. It's an entire crack. It's filled up with grass, but I mean you can stick your whole arm down in there. I don't really want to go too far. I don't know what lives in there, but this is a different spot. And the same thing, about half of the T-post. This is not good. I'm kind of hoping we don't incur some insane foundation damage. So that is the state of things down here. I guess that's in a nutshell, that's like the story of our lives right now. It's not a drop of rain and a brutal sun every day. The entire world is shrinking around us, and I guess eventually we're just going to fall in the middle. A lot of people around here have had pipes break because, you know, they're underground, so like the PVC, if it's in the wrong place when the ground shrivels up like that, it'll just tear it in half. And I guess, I mean, that's a pretty valid concern for us to have too. But it's not good. It's been really rough on all of my crops. We've had a lot of failures this year. It's just nothing was designed, even under the shade. I mean, nothing was really designed to keep up with this shenanigans. So what do we do but wait, I guess. There's some surrounding towns that have upped their water restrictions to no outdoor watering, like at all. Like you cannot turn on your water hose for any reason. And if that comes to pass, we have a creek next to our house, so until that dries up, it's pretty close. But I guess I'll just walk there with 5-gallon buckets and a wheelbarrow or wheel dolly and bring back 5 gallons of partially salinated bay estuary inlet water. But when, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. So this is also the update video for Datto's condition. I fell behind on getting that out, and you know, shame on me. One of our dogs really went downhill. I mean, it was like a tsunami of health issues out of nowhere. And we finally got a diagnosis that she has cancer. Well, it's assumed to be cancer. So they sent off the tissue sample from her lymph nodes to a cytologist or pathologist. And that should give us a more definitive answer, but it's looking like she has advanced and very aggressive lymphoma. So that's been occupying, you know, a lot of my mind and time. But Datto did, you know, make a full recovery. She's doing absolutely fine. And the voodoo mix that I came up with of that VetRx and the Rooster Booster supplement, you know, it's a electrolyte and vitamin supplement. that seems to have done the trick because she is back up and running. And yeah, that's all great. There is a new issue though. I had to go to Tractor Supply and buy some porcelain eggs because someone decided or discovered that you can break eggs and they taste good. So unfortunately, there's no evidence. You know, they're devouring these eggs like in their totality. So every time Bella lays an egg, it's gone within an hour. And today I stood guard outside the nesting box and just waited for it all to end. And you know, I collected it as everybody else. It was like, you know, Luna and Datto and Julie were just like lurking in the coop like vultures, waiting for it to come out. It was crazy. But yeah, the porcelain eggs, you know, I mean, a lot of people say once they've tasted an egg, they're kind of, you know, irreversible. There's techniques you can use, like if they leave a broken shell, you can fill it up with mustard and put it back in the nesting box, and when they taste that mustard, they lose interest in the whole thing. But since they're eating the entire egg, it's not really anything to put mustard in. And that is the strangest part. Is like we thought that due to the heat, Bella just, you know, went on strike and stopped laying. And we kind of just, you know, wrote that off as okay, well that makes sense. But every day the nesting box would have like a Bella-shaped indentation in it, so she was clearly going in there every day. And then every day Datto would have this like crispy something on her feathers on her chest. And we finally realized that that was egg yolk residue just caked up from devouring Bella's eggs. So, not sure what we're gonna do with that, but hopefully I can sort that out because I mean, it kind of, if they're gonna eat their own eggs, it almost defeats the purpose of having laying hens, really. And we still have our banana tree coming along in the front with the same 2 stalks of bananas and these little baby bananas as they're, you know, emerging into the world. So that's pretty cool. And here's that cherry tree that we planted, and we're trying to keep it watered. This is probably going to be a quick loss if they do enhance the water restrictions because it's so, you know, it just hasn't established fully yet. There is the recovered egg eater. Datto, are you an egg eater? You surely look like an egg eater. So let me show you the newly set up nesting box. This is the one Bella tends to favor, and this is the Bella-shaped indentation I was talking about. And she had an egg in there today, and this is the porcelain dummy eggs I got a couple of in hopes that they would lose interest after finding out they just kept pecking and nothing happened. But yeah, that's pretty. It works pretty good. Bella understood it shockingly quick, as she laid 1 egg in the run and we put it in there, and she just goes in there every day on her own accord now. Whoa. So this is the green bell pepper plant that had the the leaves that had curled up, and when I started pruning it, I mean, it took forever. I still have some more to go, but you can see all these new leaves growing out. So it's a new beginning with a new day under the shade, which the hook that I used broke over there, so the wind has been crazy. And here, all the sweet potatoes that died due to heat, I mean, the leaves just cooked, and they've already started back off after I cleared out the waste. And as the ground cover. I just threw all of the leaves I took out down here to serve as organic matter and continue feeding the system. But there's a lot of new growth coming out of these. It's pretty cool.